Good evening. So, one of the things I get asked about a lot is from beginners in van life and all that kind of thing is, have I got any tips? Have I got any tips on how to van life, how to stealth camp, how to stealth park, how to go under the radar, how to find park ups and all that jazz. So I'm going to do a little video about that because I don't do many informative videos. Normally I'm just dicking about with electric scooters and stuff. But here we are. So first of all, the stealth thing, you've got to be stealth. I'll give you a few tips on how to be stealth, but what stealth means is not standing out, not drawing attention to yourself, not making a fuss and not leaving a mess. In my opinion, that's what it means. Don't leave a mess. That's an obvious one. Don't chuck your rubbish outside. Don't leave bags of rubbish next to your van. Don't be pouring stuff out of the windows and pissing out of the sides and all that kind of stuff. Don't draw attention to yourself. If you're playing loud music, you're going to be drawing attention to yourself. People are going to say, well, what's that camper van parking there? What's that doing? Even down to having your windows open. Just shut your windows. In summer, I appreciate it's difficult, but shut your windows, shut your blinds, keep out of the way. Don't let anybody... Just look like a van parked on a street or wherever you are. Right now, I'm currently parked in a public car park. As you can see, there's a public car there, and also there's a coach back there, which is also parked in this car park. I have parked in this car park for months at a time. During COVID, I couldn't really move. I think it was like the second lockdown or third lockdown or 27th lockdown, whichever lockdown it was. I came here, I parked up, and I was quiet as a mouse. And I think it's just that things like not having your lights on inside. Like if you've got blinds up, it's not so bad, but just not letting anybody see that your van is anything other than just a van parked there. I'm going to run you through what I do right now, because right now I'm going to park here for the night. Don't use Park for Night app, by the way, because local authorities use that app to find out where camper vans are parking, then put height restrictions on and parking restrictions on. So don't use Park for Night app. It's bullshit. I'm going to show you what I do. So I've just got in my van right now. The first thing I'm going to do is get into the back of my van. That's the back of my van there. Now, I just got into the front of my van normally, so anybody that's in this car park now just saw me get in. I appreciate it's going to look a bit daft, me talking on a camera. There's not actually anybody here, but let's just imagine there's people walking about. Just got in my car normally through the normal door. Nobody would think anything of that. They might think, what the bloody hell is that Land Rover there? That doesn't look like anything else I've ever seen. And why is that weird fucking oddly shaped goth getting into it? But other than that, they're not going to be thinking about whether I'm sleeping here or not. Just got in my normal door. This is like a normal door. Just got in my normal door. Now, I'm going to climb through this little latch here. As you can see, graceful like a salmon. So the next thing I'm going to do here is close these blackout blinds that separate the cab from the back. That is going to reduce the amount of that's just going to reduce how much people can see if they were walking past, and then reduce the amount of light from inside going outside, again to draw attention to it. Now, before I turn any of the interior lights on, I'm going to make sure these blinds are closed. I'm going to make sure all the blinds are closed. Goodbye, outside world. The issue I've got at the moment is that it's really bloody warm outside, and what I really need is my windows open as much as possible. Now, what I have done is, I'll show you on this back window, is I've opened the windows on the little catch there, so there's still air able to come in. I'll explain why there's bushes there in a sec. So I'm going to have my fan on and my window open, the skylight open. So the skylight is open now, so there's air coming in there and coming in. Every single window is cracked open a tiny little bit that you wouldn't even notice on the outside. Why is there a bush there? Why is there a bush here? Right, well, as I was explaining before, I got in through the driver's door. Going through the driver's door because I'm in a car park. People are going to expect to see me going in and out of the driver's door, or passenger door potentially. This door, if somebody sees me getting in it, they're going to be asking why I'm getting in the back of a camper van, or the security cameras that are all over this car park are going to be wondering why I've got in there. Well, now I've reversed right up against that bush. Couple of reasons. Nobody saw me get in and out of it, so I can't use it, so therefore the camera's not going to see it. But also, Nobody can knock on that door and nobody can get in that door. You can probably open this door a little bit. Yeah, you can open that door just enough to throw your bottle of piss out. Just kidding. Don't throw bottles of piss out, because throwing bottles of piss out ain't stealth. I'll tell you what else ain't stealth. Having a generator sat outside of your van on all night, charging your batteries, that ain't stealth. That's not a dig at anybody that I know that has a generator sometimes, just so you know. But that's not stealth. Generators are not stealth. Having steps out there, having like one of, you know, those caravan steps, camper van steps, having a step outside your door, that ain't stealth. That's obvious that somebody's going to be in there. I've already said, don't have your windows wide open. Don't have loud bloody... Don't have loud music on. I'm going to get into bed shortly and have my TV on, relatively quiet. I'm going to turn these lights off. Nobody's ever going to know I'm in here, because that's how to be stealth. I'll tell you what else. Don't give away your park-ups to other people. No matter how much you think that they're alright or you trust them, don't give your park-ups away. If you've got a good park-up, keep that good park-up to yourself, because they might tell 10 people and then you've got 12 people. Quick maths. You've got 12 people in your park-up that's your safe spot and your happy place and all that. Don't do that. Keep it to yourself. This one's a bit ruined. I know some people that stay here, but for the most part I'm here on my own in a camper van. Don't tell other people. And I've touched on this before. Don't post it on social media where you are. If you're in a nice place with some nice views, take a picture of your van in that nice place. By all means, post it a few days later. That's another. Lots of people see me post on Instagram and say, "Oh, you're in Scarborough. Nice one." I'm like, "No, I was in Scarborough 2 days ago." Always thinking. I've got a wood burner. I'm very lucky to have a wood burner, and all through winter I've used this wood burner for the most part to heat this van. Wood burners are brilliant, except they get really bloody hot, so you're sat here in your pants in the middle of winter. But would I use the wood burner right now where I'm parked? No, I'd use my diesel heater, if anything. Smoke bellowing out the top of my van's only going to draw attention to it and potentially have the fire brigade over. Now, I've made that mistake before. In a previous video you'll probably see I was out in the Peak District, in a car park in the Peak District, where I've stayed lots of times before, but it was cold and I put my wood burner on. Who arrived? The bleeding National Trust Park Ranger people, because they were a fire in the Peak District, the thing that you're not meant to do more than anything else. I made an error of judgment, alright? But it was a lesson learned. I'm not going to do that again. If, like me, you have a shower in your van, and if, like me, your wastewater goes straight to ground and not into a wastewater tank, try not to have a shower in that spot. Wait until later, until you're in a better spot to have a shower. It's just going to be easier for you. Why do it? If you can just wait until you've moved somewhere else to have a shower, then just do that. I appreciate there's a lot of arguments about grey water tanks and having water drained out to ground and all that business. I used nice soaps and stuff if I ever pour anything out. If I'm washing pots, I use that thing, environmentally friendly stuff, so don't worry about it. But just don't do it in places where you want to be stealth, because water pissing out the bottom of your van ain't stealth. Now, I've got another tip for you, and that's more about security than being stealth, but it's kind of security while being stealth. What I did was I installed a cheap, I think they're IP cameras into the front of the van. Now I'm just going to show you that. Now. Just bear with me 1 second. I'll post a link in the description for one. This wasn't a freebie, by the way. I'll post a link in the description for one. This wasn't a freebie, by the way. It records sound. So that, let me close it down. Yeah, it records sound. It's alright though. So that is a motion detecting camera. So I can be laid in bed, and if somebody came to the windows to look through or even tried to break in, it would sense the motion and ping me, send me a notification. It doesn't just send me a notification, it starts recording at that moment and it saves that recording. So in the morning I'll wake up to 5 notifications, I can look through them, and there may have been somebody walking around my van having a look at it. Either it could have been a security guard wondering why I'm there, it could have been a really excited member of the public, it could have been a subscriber looking around it, because that just happens a lot actually. Or it could have been somebody trying to steal it or break into it or steal something from it. Now I have that all recorded on my phone. Now I would highly recommend getting a camera like that, and I'll show you what it looks like actually in the cab. Doesn't look pretty, but it does its job. See that thing there? That was about 20 quid off Amazon. Records in high definition. Again, it records sound. It's all recorded to a memory card, but also records to your phone as well. That's not a phone. It also records to your phone as well. And it just offers that little bit more security. But also, even when I'm not staying in the van, when I'm elsewhere, I'm still getting notifications, so it still records everything. I've been away last weekend. I'm still getting notifications on my phone just to say that somebody was walking by my van. It's just a little bit of peace of mind as well. So I would highly recommend just sticking a little camera like that. A little camera like that. It's just sent me a notification now, look. Just sent me a notification to say that terrible cam, motion detected. Oh, didn't ask Siri either. So there you go. Just a little bit of extra peace of mind. Now, I've been asked a few times about people travelling solo and all that and how they can be safe. It kind of is all those things I've just said to you. Again, if people know you're staying in there, you're more likely to be harassed. So just try and keep stealth and all that. And I'll be honest, even having a dog helps. I miss having a dog. The dog woke me up all the time every time she heard a noise outside. But I don't have that luxury anymore. The luxury, she were right in her bed. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope I've given you a few little handy tips on what to do and what not to do. And I'm going to try and do more of these videos where I give you... Because I've been living in a van. By the time this goes out, I'll be pretty much at 4 years. 4 years solid of living in a van and a boat briefly. And a van and a boat at the same time. 4 years living in a van. And I've been stealth camping pretty much all of that time. Anyway, that is it. I will see you again soon. If you've not already subscribed, there's a subscribe button. Just go do that. I'd really appreciate it. If you give this if you give this video a share, I'm fucking shit YouTuber me. If you give this video a share and give it a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. Also, I appreciate everybody's support for the last 4 years, and I'll see you again soon. Bye, Felicia.